Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to more VG Comms
Where the
Judgment.
fuck am I
We
getting
are
out?
now here at the back at the
Don't ask me.
what would you call
Shintani says
detention
he's a lawyer.
center? There we go.
Hamura-san,
Talking once again with
got something
Hamada,
to show you.
seeing what info we can get out of him by presenting him with evidence. So
December
once again,
3rd,
going with the Phoenix Wright
11:55 p.m.
slash Ace Attorney sort of strategy of things. Now I talked about this in a previous part, but we're going to really see it here full force, and it's the contrast in the clothing worn by Hamada and Yagami.
Arase said there wasn't a
Now,
soul
previously I
inside.
pointed out that, Hamada wears a white coat over a black shirt, whereas Yagami wears
What
a
did you do with
black
Kuma?
jacket over a white shirt. And I think
Before
this
that?
this has to be deliberate. This has to be this is
Around
kind of
10
the
o'clock,
basic
kicked everyone
storytelling
else out so
101
you
kind of
could
stuff
be
that I
alone
love
with
to
Kuma.
see. That you don't
I have
really
testimony
always
to back
see
that up.
very often.
Why'd you do it?
At least
though?
I don't feel like it is. At least not
can
as
I
much
say?
as is here.
Kume reminded me of an
So
old
Hamada wears this nice suit, walks
Must have been
around,
feeling
thinks he's a real cool guy, thinks he's, doing the right thing, even though he's clearly not. And that's sort of that thing there, whereas Yagami comes on, tries to be a hard boy, like, yeah, I'm a tough guy with this black jacket, but deep down he's such a sweet boy. So it's like
You seem to remember
the
about
layers,
parts
man,
of
the
it.
layers. How about making
You left the
sense?
club.
Probably not.
getting at.
For a so-called innocent man with an
Nevertheless,
alibi,
just
your story has an awful
let's
lot of
see.
holes.
What are we saying here? Why do I never make these
wouldn't
screens
hide
bigger so that way I can read the subtitles? Because I recorded this part like 2 weeks ago.
Something like
And this also happens when you don't pay attention while editing.
I'm not hiding shit. Now get the
Oh,
hell
he
out
says
there
he's not
and
hiding
find out
anything,
why.
but of course we know better. We know much better than that.
Long. Prove that and I'm in the clear.
I need to have a backup plan in case your alibi doesn't pan out. But I can't help you if you're gonna hide things from your lawyer.
Man, I just love the amount of detail on these characters' faces. It is unreal. I'm probably going to say this like a million more times, but it is just ridiculous.
They'll lock you up and toss the key if we can't win this.
Like 20 years ago,
Has
they
that
didn't look
thought
nearly
even
this
crossed
good.
your mind?
Like I was watching a Spyro the Dragon
Or
review
just that
earlier
fear
today,
in
and
the face of a life
oh
sentence?
boy, we've come a long way, ladies and gentlemen.
Fear has nothing to do with it. But like hell am I gonna beg you to save me?
Then who would you beg?
None of your business.
Of course, clamming up when we need that information the most.
It's only a matter of time, Hamura. I'll figure out what you're hiding.
Ooh, interesting.
Hey, Yagami.
So yeah, that didn't go exactly perfectly, but could have gone worse.
Yo, sounds like you've been busy.
Had a little chat with Hamura. Wasn't real productive.
Yeah, not the most productive, but still could have been worse.
He's keeping
He could have put a hit out on
secrets.
us. That would have been
There might
worse.
be more to this case than we thought.
So what? You telling me we hit a dead end?
More or less. I need more to work with.
Specifically,
Oh, I'm remembering what part this is. Oh, this
Like
is an
what Hamura
annoying
and Kuma
part.
did after leaving the war.
Why?
We don't have time to scour the city.
I am not looking
How much you
forward
need?
to this.
You owe me
Then again, I already played through it, but at the same time, commentating through it, having to relive it.
Force.
Not the
He'll tell
best
you
of
anything
times,
for the right
ladies and
price.
gentlemen.
Anything?
Anything. Guys in
And we're going to meet that informant
dirt only cops have access
eventually, but not in
You're
this
saying he's a
chapter.
dirty cop.
Yeah, I believe we meet him in chapter 2. By the way, we are somewhat nearing the end of the first chapter, finally.
He's a regular.
It takes long enough, but it is one of the longer chapters in this game, I find. Some of the middle chapters go by relatively quickly, thankfully. It really does depend on how many main missions you do versus, just messing around with side content. And I'll try not to mess around with that kind of stuff too much, but I do want to show it off at least a little bit, just to, show what kind of stuff this game has to offer. Anyways, time to fast travel in our own way through the city. And the main reason why I'm doing this whole speed up gimmick is because we've seen the streets before. We've seen basically everything the city has to offer. And thus, not really much gain by just showing off in regular motion. Just feels like time wasted. And I try not to waste my viewers' time.
Hey,
At least
you have a
try.
sec?
Of course. What do you need?
I'm looking for a detective, Ayabe. You know him?
Sure do. He hasn't been by in a few days, though. Why?
Damn.
Yeah, just
Guess I came
we're
at the
not
wrong
having good
time.
luck here, are we? Not good at all.
It's okay.
However,
I'll let him know you were looking.
we are going to be pointed into a good direction finally.
First one's on me.
Wow, this guy wants to
What's
buy
all
us a
this?
drink. That is just wonderful.
Just buttering you up.
Anytime a bartender
Remember
offers
when I
you a drink, you
mentioned
take it.
someone who had a job
Unless you're
for you?
strange like me, then you have to politely
Whatever.
decline. Because you do
Well,
not drink alcohol
turns out
unless
they
they then
won't have one for
substitute
you
that with
after
a
all.
nice Coca-Cola or
Sorry.
Pepsi Cola, in
Apparently
which
the
case
plant was
you
trying to get
graciously
back from
accept.
Yakuza who sucker punched him.
And he wanted me to do what?
Not sure. Doesn't matter now anyway.
Why, did he go all vigilante on him?
Not exactly. It sounds like the Yakuza ended up behind bars.
I love how this turns out. I love how just serendipitous this is.
Huh? Wait a second.
Yeah, Yagami's putting this together real quickly. He's like, Hermy, Herm, 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 Hermy, Herm, Herm, Herm.
Something about
Herm,
a
Herm,
hose
Hermy,
being
Herm,
smacked
Herm,
in the
Herm.
face that night.
By a Yakuza?
Yep. Don't think he got hurt too bad, though. Pretty sure it happened.
Yup,
right
it's
around
all
the
coming
dinner.
together.
Anything else you can tell me?
Sorry, but that's all I've got. You'll have to ask the guy directly.
But it's gonna be just a tiny bit before we can find him, because we can't just go straight to the guy, ask for his cooperation, all that. No, we have to jump through some hoops. And that is one thing that always annoys me about video games is whenever it's like, okay, we have a destination for this plot line. Before we can get to from plot line from A to B, first we have to go through 8.1, point 2, point 3, and then we can get to plot point B. It just feels like filler, really, because there's nothing really gained from it. I mean, there is a bit of, I guess, tiny bit of hilarity with some of the dialogue we're getting, but overall, I just don't feel like it's worth it. Really don't.
Sweet.
Why am I not speeding up through this fight? I guess so. Looking at this video's length, speeding it up anymore would just lower it just a bit too much.
Really, guys?
Possibly. Anyways, we're going over to Club Stardust, which has an interesting role in the world of Yakuza. And it's played through 1, 2, and 6 especially. Man, I really need to get that collection so I can get through 3 through 5. Because in the earlier Yakuza games, Stardust is one of like
You have a
the
sec?
main hangouts
Depends.
of, you know,
I'm looking for someone who works
Kiryu
Think I
and
could
his
talk to
friends,
Seiya for a sec?
along with the bar
Seiya's
across
on.
the street.
No can do. Not today.
And it's always interesting whenever, you know,
Not quite.
you play multiple
He's out on a
games in
date.
this one area, and, you know, you get so familiarized with it, especially with certain buildings and certain
Third day in a row,
locales.
too.
It really does,
He's got
like,
it wrapped around his finger.
I know I've said this before,
Yeah,
but
that's great. Any idea when he'll be
it really
back?
makes these video
No
game
clue.
series feel like
Tell me
home
what
in a
for,
way,
but
in ways
all I
that
got.
no other
Alright,
medium
cool.
can,
Thanks
really.
anyway.
Like, I guess there's some TV shows that can do it, but, like, Law and Order, you know, you don't, like, sure, like, there's the courtroom and the bar that people always go to, but the bars, is it ever really the same? It does ever really feel the same? I don't think it can ever, like, I think video games really are the only thing where if you use the same location over and over again in other games, or you can make it feel like a living,
Think you
breathing
can do enough
city.
message search for
But
me?
Yakuza is the one that's really, truly realized that.
Let's go with Stardust and Seiya.
I can't think of anything other
and
game
let's
that
limit
or
the
media
searches
that's been able to
just
do
a
that as
bit.
well as Yakuza.
Got it.
You know, just to have these areas feel like places you've been to before because you have, and seeing them grow and change over the years. Like it's officially been over a decade now of these games. And you feel the change over the decade of this city, the way it starts off and just the way certain buildings evolve and get torn down and replaced.
Should be easy to check these out
You
myself.
know, it's
Thanks, Sukumar.
it's really interesting. The closest we've gone to that is Saints Row 1 to 2. That's it. That's the closest we've gotten. And I really would have liked to have seen them continue at that with the third and 4. But fortunately, with the third, they moved to a new city, and 4 reuses that city, except it's a simulation. So yeah, a bit of missed opportunity. I'm looking through, oh, let me pick up a microphone here so that way my voice doesn't go out here. I'm looking through my games right now, and there's no other games that really do that. It's like the Grand Theft Auto games always take place in different cities. Yeah, there's nothing else. There's literally nothing
Wait a sec,
else.
You mean Seiya, that host from Stardust?
Tony Hawk always has different levels. Then again, there's
Are you
not
from
really an
the
open
club?
world game.
No, sorry. I'm just
Ba
looking
ba
for
ba
Seiya.
ba ba
I
ba
asked where he
ba
is,
ba ba
but
ba
it looks
ba
like you know as much
ba.
as I do.
Like yeah, like
Hey,
holy shit.
are you implying my Seiya-kun stood me
You'd
up?
think that at least one other game would
Sure, he's
accomplish
been
that, but
taking
I guess
his
that's
time
what makes
getting
Yakuza Yakuza. The fact that
He'll be here any
it
minute.
can take this world and make it feel so alive
Waiting
just
anyway.
by using the same locale and just updating it every time. Just updating just a little bit, just little by little, every single iteration. And the fact that even with this spin-off here, they update it. I can't wait to see what it looks like in 7. Even though it'll probably look very similar to this, as they all do, but just the tiny little updates. That's what really makes these games worth playing. Just the little updates, the little things. Anyways, cause some chaos here, trying to find the host by using the power of social media. And surprise, surprise, every area we look, he is not going to be there. He's going to be in the 4th location, the one we learn about afterwards.
Did you say date? Who's the bitch he's cheating on me with?
Oh, you know what? Never
I hate it whenever they do these things.
It is
I do,
not
I really do.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, look at the time. Gotta run.
These sort of, things where they make you jump through hoops just to get to the next plot point. I talked about this earlier, but I think it's worth bringing it up again. It feels like so much time is wasted. The actual amount of time wasted here without cutting out any of the fast moving around. I think it's around. It's only about 5 or 6 minutes, but it feels so much longer. It feels so much longer. It really does.
I'm kind of worried.
Huh? I'd heard he was on a date.
Thankfully, the area we're going to need to go to is very close to this final woman, so at the very least, there is that.
Wait, what?
And I really can't wait to get to some of the side cases, because, that is the real enjoyment of the game, completing side cases. That is where the game really shines. Like,
Goodness, he's safe.
it's cool to do the friend events, and it's really cool to do some of the mini games, especially one that we haven't shown off yet. I'm going to wait till the game makes me do it, because I want to wait. I want to put that one off until we have to, but just wait until we get to that one. Words, I can use them. Oh boy, that's going to be a fun one, everybody. Super duper fun.
Nope. Struck out on all 3 leads.
And yeah, here's our buddy here telling us exactly where the guy is finally. Because there's another social media post. And I don't know what I'm doing with my voice. Diabetes. Even though diabetes is no laughing joke, or I guess I should say no laughing matter, it's no joke. I have family members that have diabetes, and it's not fun times for them. Not fun times at all, though even they can generally laugh at the whole Wilford Brimley diabetes. Don't know why we laugh at that. We as humans are very cruel people, I think. Anyways, we're off to the restaurant as I just absolutely destroy objects. Gotta love this game's physics engine. In fact, I enjoy whenever any game has any sort of physics engine whatsoever. Shows how much effort they actually put into things. Although it does help whenever the physics engine is actually good, but a physics engine is an engine nevertheless that I really enjoy seeing at work, especially whenever you get to see objects just fly all over the place. That's just, that's all the fun in the world, in my opinion.
You'll have to excuse me, Mai-chan. I won't be long.
Hey, is everything okay?
Don't worry, it'll all be fine. Mind stepping outside, Yagami-san?
This guy is voiced by somebody, but I don't know, I can't recall the name. It would be nice if a full list of credits was released, but unfortunately I do not think that ever was, until we get to the final credits and the
The owner over at
epilogue and all that. Which is obviously a really long ways away.
Yakuza who hit you, yeah?
Also, because we're a detective, we must smoke. That's what we must do. It's in the law books. If you're a detective, you must smoke at least 3 cigarettes per day, and we have yet to hit that quota,
Pretty well known
as we've only done 1.
So that's what people say about me?
So now he's hit 2.
It's just a rumor, but,
Will we be able to hit that
you'll do
magical
it for
3?
clients.
That's just what we have to wait. Tune in next time for Ooh, intrigue.
Oh, did I say something wrong?
No, it's alright. Anyway, you said Captain Hamra hit you?
That's right.
When?
The
I
night-
really do feel bad for people who take up smoking because it is such an addictive habit.
Yes.
And once again, there's
Funny
something
enough,
where I have family
compared
members
to
that smoke,
Hamra's
and
case,
I'm glad that at least most of them have been able to quit, but there's some that haven't, and
So,
I know it's just going to
sure
ruin
I
their
wanted
lives in the
the guy
long
who
run.
set some
In fact, I'm surprised any of them are still alive at some of the ages they've hit.
Please.
It's kind of
how could I
shocking,
say no
really,
to a celebrity?
but to know that once it hits them, it's
fine.
it's going to be painful.
What time did
Wow,
you
that
arrive
got
to
depressing
Hollywood?
really fast. Hey, let's go back to
Around midnight.
looking at this handsome host boy.
Confirmed Kyushu
Yeah!
#1 star.
Who got punched in the face because he was walking.
Star.
And how dare you walk
Near
near a
Sonic
Yakuza?
10?
Don't you know that
Yeah.
the streets belong to them, and anyone walking within a 1 mile radius of them is subject to be punished by
Why do you hate you in
law?
the first place?
It's in the law books,
I know.
I think.
The guy reeked of booze.
Probably, maybe. I don't know. I don't know
was just walking
Japanese
down the
law.
street when I noticed him coming towards
I'm just an idiot with a microphone. That's all I am, really.
me, mumbling to himself or
And if there's anyone actually listening to this,
Scary
well
shit.
then, thank you. Thank you for just helping out my self-esteem. Self-esteem, excuse me, just a little bit.
Once,
Why can I not talk tonight? Why can't I talk ever? I do not know.
Did you go to the dentist?
Huh? Yeah, next day.
Then you'll be in their records. That'll corroborate your testimony.
Indeed.
Ah, so
It's
that's
good to get as much corroborating
Moving on.
evidence as
What did
possible.
Hamra do
It makes
after
us look good.
He stumbled away into a sauna. That Go-10 place you mentioned.
So just to recap, he hit you around 12 and then headed into Sonic Go 10.
Yes.
And as long as I can prove Hamra was here, we'll have our alibi.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, this all seems to be lining up so nicely.
Can I
Things
count
are
on your
finally
testimony?
going in our direction. Huzzah!
No problem.
It only took 10 parts,
It'd be nice
but
to
you
have
know,
Yagami-san owe me a favor.
patience and all
Maybe
that.
Masuda could give me a few freebies too.
Sure, I'll ask him. Hey, one more thing.
One more
Security
thing.
Cameras around when you ran into Hamra? Video evidence would lock this up for me.
Couldn't say. I don't usually look for that stuff.
Right?
Were there security cameras?
Well, thanks, Andy. Keep in touch.
Of course. See ya.
Anyways, that is going to do it for this part. Be sure to hit like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and spread this video around. Bye bye.